first and foremost, I am so beyond excited for this call because you 3-star diamonds are working hard, and I see it every single day. So I'm so excited to obviously be here, be part of it. Like I said, this will be the only call that I typically will host the whole thing because you guys get plenty of me. Am I frozen or am I good? I don't know. Am I good? Am I freezing? Am I good now? Okay. If it continues, I'll move a spot. But anyways, so I'm super excited about this. Am I good? Okay, good. Okay, so I'm super excited because you guys, you're working so hard, and obviously I work with you either bi-weekly or once a month where I can really, dive into your business and see where you're at. The great thing about these calls are, first and foremost, you get to work with 3-star diamonds just like you. And even though, most of the time I can help you with reports and I can help you with your back office and I can really lead and guide you to success, these are the coaches that are in the trenches with you that are doing the business activity every single day just like you. So I can't wait for you guys to really build as a team and build as a family and really interconnect until you get where you want to get. So what you put in this call or in this group will be truly what you get out of it. These calls, we're going to take them through the end of the year. And like I said, I'll host this one, and then from here forward, I'm going to ask for you guys to step up as a leader and tell me your best practices, and we're going to teach on it. It's about a 15 to 20-minute presentation is all that you have, but I will you. You will lead, you will inspire, and it will be amazing. Hello, my gorgeous. Okay, perfect. So with that being said, I have a couple expectations, but first, let me just tell you who I am. I am the West Region Manager, so if you haven't had a chance to personally, get to know me, that's who I am. You probably saw me at Summit with my head cut off, running around. That was probably me. But with that being said, I work with the 2 to 5-star diamonds, and in the West, we have everything west of Texas. We have the most states, which is 14. And so I was trying to find a way to really connect with you guys more because I don't want any of you guys left in the dust. I want to be able to love, nurture, care for you, and really help you individually with your individual businesses. And this is an opportunity for us to connect together and then also have that one-on-one connection where we can go over your individual goals. So with that being said, I come from a background of retail management and where I really led and guide employees to success based on my goals and what my store needed. The awesome thing is I get to do the same thing with you, but it's on your goals. And so I love that because everybody is different. So with that being said, there is some expectations that I do require within this group. First and foremost, show up with energy and excitement. If you don't, I might fall asleep. Okay, not really, but I have a ton and I need to share the love with somebody here, okay? Also, positivity. Be positive, 100%. There's a ton of negative Nancys out there, and I will promise you, you're going to get plenty of them when you're changing people's lives, especially with weight loss. Bring the positivity, okay? Hello there, girlfriend. Wait, okay, and next is make sure you're being an impactful leader, meaning that you are putting everything in there, that you are leading and you are inspiring these coaches around you so that they can continue to feel the love and they can nurture and cherish it and bring it into their organization. Of course, if you haven't done so yet, please go into our private 3-star diamond group and introduce yourself, and then your call topics, meaning what are you great at and what do you need more information on? Because honestly, we're all the same. It's so funny when I start asking that question, everybody says the same answer in a different sort of thing. So I just want to see what we're all kind of struggling with out in the market, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to be talking today about the 2 things that I love the most, and that once I did this topic, I actually did this with my 5-star diamonds yesterday. And the reason for it is because as we're progressing to the next level, it is so easy to forget about the secret sauce. What is the secret sauce? There is none. It's super simple. We just have to make sure we're doing the daily activity. So it was kind of an aha moment to them because it's easy to lose track as we continue to progress and grow in our ranking. But I want you to remember what got you to a 3-star diamond, what got you to a diamond, what got you above and beyond, and so on and so forth. Because I promise you, if you apply those daily activities and you go back to the basics, you will continue to advance. But more importantly, you will teach your team, and your team will then duplicate it, okay? Sometimes we're trying to reinvent the wheel, and it just makes it tough. So with that being said, my first topic today is the 3 vital behaviors. It is the number one way to build energy within your team. So my question for you is, and you do not have to answer it now, don't worry, I will post this in our group, but what program are you doing right this second? Like off the top of my head, I can say 21 Day Fix Extreme and I'm running. Okay, what is my next program? Insanity Max 30. What is my next one? Hammer and Chisel. Like I have a game plan through the end of the year of what I'm going to do and why. And I want you guys to be that diligent, right? I'm not out there trying to inspire people, but I'm trying to inspire my coaches and be on your same level. So I have to be doing a program. Plus, I believe in our programs. Hello, they're amazing. Okay, also, what book are you reading? Not what book you read last month, last year, okay? What book are you reading? What is your next book? It needs to always be that. Meaning, if as soon as you, and I would always strive, you know, it's just like in any of the Slight Edge, it's whatever book you read, it truly shows you and it says, read a minimum of 10 pages. That's simple. And that's an average person. If you're a spectacular person, maybe 20 pages. You decide what is best for you, but make sure you are reading. The reason, or reading or personal development of some sort, because you are constantly giving of yourself. And if you don't nurture yourself and love on yourself and bring more confidence into you, it's hard to give to others. Okay, I will tell you, and this is something very personal, and I am recording this, so this is awesome, but personal development is the only reason I was able to get through my divorce. The only reason that I was able to walk away and be like, whew, I'm good. Because if I didn't focus on making me better, I would have walked away with that thinking I was the biggest failure. Okay, so you need to focus on personal development in any way, shape, or form. I don't care what it is, just make sure you're doing it and have a game plan on what you're doing next. Last one, of course, is inviting. I want you guys, and when I post this, I want you guys to share what you're doing to invite. Are you inviting 2 people? Or are you inviting 20 people? Now it's cup month. I hope you're inviting more than 2. Because I promise you, what you put in right this second will dictate how your business will go the next 30, 60, 90 days. And I say that, and it's so funny, and I need to bring this up, but I had a team call a couple weeks ago, and I love this story because I had a coach that said, Brittany, she's like, I was at Success Club 22, and this is a brand new coach, so she could have just celebrated it. But what she actually ended up doing, she's like, I posted 3 days left in the month. I posted the stupidest post at the wrong time. You know, I know my demographic. I know who I'm trying to target. It was not at the right time. I was going to the pool, and I posted this post, and I left my phone because I was going to go hang out with my family. I was going to go do my thing. And she came back, and she ended 3 days later with Success Club 44. It is not because she had the most amazing post or the light went off. It's because she developed those relationships and those conversations the last 30, 60. I think she was at 60. She's only been in the business 60 days. So she has been nurturing those same relationships. And even though that post was so silly, it triggered them. And they're like, yeah, I want to join. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes, I want to do it. And Success Club 44, say, what? She doubled it in 3 days. So what I'm saying is what you do this very second will set you up for the end of the year. Okay, you may not see the fruit of the labor right this second, but I promise you, you will see it very soon. You just have to stay diligent, and you have to keep the momentum going. You coaches that maybe, you know, you're a lifetime rank of 3-star, but maybe you're ranked right now 1-star. I promise it's just getting the momentum back. And sometimes that's the hardest part, but you start now and you'll finish strong. I promise you that. Okay, so this will build energy with you, your current team, your new team. That's what it does. And I tell you, it is one of the easiest things that my coaches get away from, right? I have a particular coach that no longer does Beachbody programs. She's like, I've been doing them for 2 years. I'm getting bored. I have to do something outside my house. I get it. But what are you trying to attract? If you're going to CrossFit, you're known as the CrossFit girl, right? Or the guy, or whatever it is. You want to be known as a Beachbody gal. You want to be the one that is known to have the most amazing programs. That is what you want to be known as. And so I understand you need to get out of the house and you need to go do a yoga class or do whatever. I get it. But never go away from what got you to where you're at. And more importantly, it is what duplicates within your business. So if you're not doing it, your coaches will never be doing it. Okay? Awesome. So, and like I said, I'll post this in the group. So don't worry about writing it all out right this second. I want you to post and share and see where you're at. Okay. The next thing, and I think by far the most important topic that I will ever talk about, is time management. And I say that because I need it myself. And so when I was writing this call, I was like, oh my gosh, it was like one of those like, oh, I need this just as much as you do, right? Because time management is one thing that's so easily taken away, and it's so easy to get overwhelmed and bombarded and 8 million people coming to you. You know, if I look at what I do, creating these groups was probably the best thing I could do, because if not, I could be on the phone every single second of every single day and still not touch all of you. You know, and that, I don't want that. I want to be able to touch more of you and be able to inspire you and lead and guide you. I don't know if some of you don't have an upline. And when I reached out to a particular coach who just advanced to 6-star diamond, and she just cried to me because she's like, Brittany, I've never had an upline. I've never had anybody there to be there for me. And I love that, okay? So that's what I'm here for. So with that being said, time management. A lot of you guys, excuse me, have heard about the buckets, the 5 buckets, right? Have you guys heard about that? Okay. It will be new for some of you, and it will be a refresher course for many. So with that being said, when you become a new 1-star or a diamond coach and a 1-star diamond, then actual assistant managers in the regions are supposed to go over this training with you, but it is new. And the reason why we started there is because that is what you need to duplicate. And when I say that, let me read this last phrase because I love this. It says, you can cheat this process as a 1-star and a 2-star diamond. But as you progress and become more influential and impactful as a leader, and as a leader, 3-star diamond and above, you get overwhelmed. How many of you are overwhelmed? Right? Everybody's hands shaking. Yep, it's true. You don't know what else to put on your plate, but I promise if you listen to what I'm going to say, it will help you, I promise. But it will help you filter and prioritize like nobody's business, and that's what's most important. So I'm going to read off my notes here, because if not, I'll talk to you all day long. You don't want that, I promise. Okay, so if you feel like you're reacting to fires, losing your passion, can't handle all the stress, it can be tied back to you being too busy, having too much on your plate, or saying yes to too many people and not spending time in the areas that give you the biggest rewards. Okay, we naturally say yes in this business. And I will tell you, you need to learn how to say no. So, first and foremost, the best coaches in this business spend 4 to 6 hours per day, 5 days a week. And I will probably say almost all of you are guilty for spending a lot more than that, right? Jeremy Red, we're doing the buckets training here.
What's that?
My 3-star diamonds. Come say hello.
I can't.
Oh, he's in workout gear. Sorry, guys. Anyways, we work out at the office. That's a perk. Anyways, so with that, like I said, the best coaches spend that amount of time. And yes, I have had some coaches say, well, but then this and this and this. And I said, okay, as a 15-star diamond, yes, you may have a nanny. Yes, you may have 2 or 3 assistants, but we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on like people just like yourself at a 3-star diamond and what they do, okay? So I want you to grab a blank piece of paper. Just blank. It could be lined. It can be anything. But this thing is beautiful. You know why? Because it's a clean piece of slate, right? 0 commitments at the gym, at the pool. Any commitments, they are gone, okay? Completely clean. You have told everybody no, everybody, and you are starting fresh. Are you ready for this? It's an empowering process. I can't stress that enough. So you're going to rebuild your life in a way that you control and dictate based on where you have passion. If you're not on mute, please mute yourself. Thank you. Love it. So as you duplicate this with your team, they will thank you for it. They will see new things and new ways to do their business. They are trying to make too many people happy and be involved to too much, and it burns them out. All right? I want you guys to draw 5 buckets, and I don't care what they look like. Make them the ugliest, silliest thing you've ever done. Just draw 5 buckets, if you don't mind. And I want you to take a big black marker or whatever color pen you have and draw a big bar in between each of the buckets. So cut them right in half or a little bit higher. Bucket half full, however you want to do it. The symbolism is the buckets don't bleed into each other. For example, you have a bucket set aside for your family, date night, one-on-one time with your kids, whatever it is. When you are in that bucket, your cell phone isn't there, your laptop isn't there, nothing but being in that moment to where you're at. If you have kids that are constantly needy, that are whiny, most of the time it's because they need your attention. Same with your husband. If you have a husband or spouse or wife, whoever it is, that is not supportive in this business, it's because you haven't dedicated the time to them and let them know that they are important and set specific time aside for them. So if you have somebody that's not on board with this business, I promise you do this and they will be on board. Okay? So with that being said, when you're in that bucket, you are 100% focused and in tune with what is going on. So there's no competition. But don't you worry. There will be time that you'll be 100% focused on Beachbody. And when you do this, when you are 100% focused on Beachbody, you will be in the game. You will be, I want to say, hell-bound determined to get your crap done so you can move on to the next bucket. Also, the great thing about this is that you will communicate with those around you. They will know when it's personal time, Beachbody time, family time, and they will help you stick to it. The key is to be as effective and as efficient as possible. As you draw these buckets and bars out, they don't bleed into each other. They stay completely separate. Okay? Every bucket is going to get a name and color and a weekly time allotment. Each bucket will have 2 to 3 top activities you do in this bucket to help maximize your time. And please, 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 please limit yourself to 5 buckets. Do not draw 10. You're going to overwhelm yourself even more. And then you really look at where you're spending your time, okay? So with that being said, I want to show you my buckets. And it's funny because I need to redo mine because this was on June 4th, 2015. Yes, they're not buckets. They're just little boxes, okay? Right here. So for example, like my personal one. So number 1, 2, and 3 is all about me personally. Number 4 and 5 is for my Beachbody career. So my first one, or one of my first ones is personal, fitness and nutrition. Like that, if you don't know me personally, if I don't have those, I go crazy, like crazy. So I know I have to be diligent in that. Also, another big one is personal development. I know I need to constantly work on myself in order to encourage and inspire and lead you to success, okay? Also, another one in that category is actually food prep. It takes a lot of time. But I will tell you, it makes the rest of my life and the rest of my week so much easier. So mine are personal. My second one is family because my family is huge to me. I moved away to Florida for 5 years. I moved back home to Utah. And in the midst of that, my family's changed. You know, my family dynamic has changed. My father got hit on a motorcycle exactly almost 2 years ago and is paralyzed. And so now I know I have to spend more time helping my mom out, helping my dad out, you know. So there's certain dynamics have changed. Another one, my third one is relationships. You know, I move away and I move back and all my friends have 2 to 5 children. It makes me a little bit different. So I know now I have to build new relationships and still value the relationships I have, but find new relationships with people, like-minded people like myself. Because I do not have 5 kids. Okay? Okay, are we good? Internet still going strong? Can you hear me? Okay, you're all getting kind of unfrozen now. Can you hear me? Ooh. Can you see me now? All right. Okay, so what I was just saying, if that did cut off, you know, my buckets are personal, family, and relationships. Can you still see me? Okay, cool. So, and like I said, I just have to decide, you know, where I'm at in life and what buckets I need to be focusing on. So with that, let me go back to my notes. Okay. So you can also do this, and it's great because now that we've implemented this, especially into our office, my Outlook calendar is color-coded, so I know specifically what area I'm focusing on. You can do this actually in your planner and just do different color highlighters. So if your family time is pink, everything pink is highlighted so you know your specific activities, right? So that's what you do. But you can do it in Microsoft Office, Outlook, calendar, Also, Google Calendar can work for that too. So now it's time for you to determine what buckets 1, 2, and 3 are. And those are you personally. Okay? But here's a wrench to throw into it. Say bucket 4 and 5, like I said, for Beachbody. Number 4 is your Beachbody personal activity. And this is where you spend 80% of your time. I can't stress this enough. Because naturally, us as 3-star diamonds, and if you've been on a one-on-one call with me, naturally as a 3-star diamond, we focus on our team. And I will tell you, you do that, the excitement, the energy of your business and what you have going can directly dwindle very, very quickly. But if you spend 80% of your time focusing on your marketing strategy, your blogging strategy, bringing new customers, coaches, working with new personally sponsored coaches within the first 90 days to help them to get the 2-star diamond, that's where you will see your business duplicate, and that's where you will see yourself continue to progress and grow within this business, okay? So first and foremost, get rid of the diamond mentality. You don't want to build your foundation on shaky diamonds. You don't want to be a Wednesday night manager or coach, where you're checking the back office every single second and making sure that all the stars have aligned and you're going to hold your rank. It'll be the most exhausting thing that you do, okay? 2-star diamond is so important because you become a leader. Second CBC, there's so many things. And so I want you guys to really focus on 2-star diamond and why that is so important. Y'all froze again. We good? You good? No.
Brittany, I think you keep going in and out. Something's kind of there's a poor connection there somehow.
Man! Am I okay now? See, I can tell because all you freeze. And I'm like, where y'all go? Thank you for jumping in. I appreciate it. Okay, I'll just keep an eye on the frozenness. How about that? Okay, so 80% of your time is focused on your new diamonds, your new coaches and getting them to success, okay? The next 20%, your bucket number 5, is Beachbody organizational time. That's your team. That's only 20% of your business. So if you're focusing right now on 50-50, I promise you, you will not build the momentum, the excitement, and if you're feeling stagnant and you're feeling there's no energy within your business, it's because your recruiting plan has kind of gone out the door. Don't ever forget what got you to 3-star diamond. Do not ever forget what got you to diamond. Getting you to diamond was 100% recruiting. Now you scale off a tiny bit, but you still focus on that 80%. Anything you do with personally sponsored coaches outside their 90 days, developing the right type of culture and leaders on your team, that is all in that 20% bucket. Okay? So my question for you is, and I kind of answered it 12 times over, but why is personal activity more important than Beachbody organizational time? Anybody know? Anybody want to jump in?
Results.
Yes, exactly. You will not become stagnant. You'll continue to progress. And I will tell you, honestly, your team duplicates exactly where you're at. So even if you have a brand new Emerald coach and they see that you're 100% on your team, they will get their team and do the same thing. And you don't want that. You want to feel that energy of always bringing in new coaches, right? Work with the Willie. That's the best thing I can ever tell you. So whatever you aren't doing, whatever you are or are not doing, your team is going to do also. If you aren't bringing on new leaders, new team members, they won't either. When you get up in the morning and look in the mirror, that's who you attract. You. Lindsay Matway said it perfectly at Summit. The only person you can change is you. So stop trying to change the world. Focus on what you can change. Also, are you a leader? Are you ready and prepared? You'll draw these people to you if you are. All right. So you have to review the 5 buckets and how you can maximize your time in the buckets. Once this is done, go and schedule these into your calendar. And I promise you, all you need to do is master it. You guys remember your first Beachbody program and how long it took you to master it? I laugh because I still, now I finally have mastered 21-Day Fix Extreme Pilates. But I will tell you, the first time, I want to take that band and throw it against the wall. I was so ugh. And it's because I like throwing weights around. When it comes to Pilates and yoga and all of that, I don't like that. But now I've learned to love it, okay? But that's what this is. You have to take time to master it. And don't let it be one of those things that you write all these action plans down, or action lists down, and it's like at Summit and you have this 5-page note system, and then you just tuck it away. No, implement it right this second, because you can only do it for so long until everything becomes so overwhelming and you just shut down and you stop working your business completely, and then you're just done. And I don't want you to ever get to that point. You guys have a huge opportunity and you're changing lives. So please stick to it. Also, this is actually a really great point, and I love this, but a portion of your time should actually be should be spent planning. So you should take 10 to 15 minutes either at the end of every single night or first thing in the morning and pre-plan your day. What is it going to look like? And I know it's tough for you parents that have kids home right now. And so many of you parents are saying, woohoo, kids are back in school here soon. I've heard that 12 times over, right? Everybody's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Because you go back to structure. Kids like it, you like it. So structure your life. Also, you'll sleep easier at night. I've been told that. You plan your next day, you go to sleep at ease. You don't forget about anything. You don't have to worry. So make sure you're pre-planning yourself and setting yourself up for success for the next day. Also, like I said, did you master it the first time? You didn't. But once you start working on this and you can start duplicating and showing it to your coaches, I promise they will duplicate it. And you'll create a very sound, structured business. I have a ton of 5-star diamonds that are working 12 to 16 hours a day. And what I can say is, as soon as I get on the phone with them, is, when was the last time you took time for you? And I can tell. Are you there? Oh, wait. Okay, cool. And what I have to say to them is, honestly, when was the last time you took time for you? Because if I was a new prospect or a new coach or an existing coach and you called me and you had that look on your face, I'd be like, dude, they're burnt out. And that's exactly what you're showing your team. And I will promise you, as soon as your coaches see you working like a dog, they don't want to be part of that. They do not want to be part of that. I actually had a close friend that wanted me to be part of her business, a different whole gig. And I just gracefully declined. And the reason is I saw her work her butt off every single day. And it's still 5 years later. And honestly, that doesn't attract me. That won't attract career-driven people like yourself, right? You're trying to create a life by design. Okay. So you have to repeat, practice, and get it down until you master it, and relay this to your team. It will take time to get it down, but it will work after the tweak and the twist. Stay consistent with it. If we are limited, we can't be our best self to our family, coaches, organization. You can name and categorize these buckets as you see fit, but the key is to limit yourself to these 5 buckets. So what do you do now? Marinate. Focus on what is important in your life. Faith, family, relationships, whatever it is. Number 4 and 5 is your beach body. But as you can tell, it is your last 2 buckets. The most important thing is the reason why you came into this business is to be with your family. So be present in your family. Okay. Get people to buy into this calendar and strategy. If they don't, you'll feel overwhelmed and not able to keep up with things. But if they see your diligence to put your phone away, and this is what I tell my coaches, okay? My boss will probably get upset about this one. And he does, because I do it. But I log out of Facebook when I'm done, walk away. And I have to. Because I promise you, as soon as your phone goes off, you're like, challenge pack, and you're so excited. Oh, baby, we'll just take 10 minutes. I got it. You're laughing because it's true, Allison, right? It's so true. And the reason I say that is because, you know what? Business will still be there in the morning. It's not going anywhere. So log out, walk away, set your phone in the other room. I don't care what it is, but walk away, okay? Also, like I said, and I'm going to repeat this, but you cannot cheat this process as a 1-star and a 2, or you can cheat it as a 1-star and a 2-star. But as you progress and become more influential and impactful as a leader, 3-star diamond and above, you'll get overwhelmed. It will help you filter and prioritize like nobody's business. And this duplicates. Okay? So, as an entrepreneur, you have to do this. If you're trying to create a life by design, you have to do this. You will need to move buckets around depending on the day. You know, on the weekend, if your Beachbody ones are out the door, cool. Enjoy your weekend. Whatever it is. But remember, I mean, I know you're working towards things, and if you're working towards elite, there might be some, you know, hours in the morning that you have to get stuff done. I get it. You have challengers. You have all these people that are relying on you, but put a time limit on it. They will respect it, and they will abide by it. But do focus on each bucket until the task is completed, and then walk away. All right, guys. Question time. Let's go. You guys can unmute yourself or put it in the chat. I don't care.
Okay, that was really good. Tell me how long it took you to actually get this to actually, okay, you develop it and you put it in your calendar, but to get it to stick.
Absolutely.
Like a day or like 2 months?
You know what? I would say it will take probably a week, to be honest with you, to kind of get the system down. And each day is going to be different. I remember when I was a personal trainer and I had to wake up early because I had to get my workout done first or I wouldn't work out. And I had to plan exactly an hour by hour from 5 to 7:30 a.m. what I was going to do. And then, you know, and things will happen. But if you set them up, you share it with your spouse or significant other and just say, this is what it's going to be. But from 7:30 at night till 9 p.m. it's you and I time, stick to that. And just try it for a week and see what works. Tweak it where you need to.
Okay.
Yes, great question. You're welcome. To count building relationships with your interaction with people on Facebook, or is that separate, such as face-to-face? So do you count building relationship with your interaction? So basically that would be part of your 80% because that's building relationships with brand new. Does that make sense, Amy? Wherever you are, girlfriend.
Well, you said that one of your buckets was relationships, so that's why
I got
yeah.
you. I'm meaning relationships personally for me because I'm rebuilding my life back here in Utah. And so mine is relationships personally for me. Now, number 4 and number 5 on mine is Beachbody leadership and Beachbody coaches. So I have my 2 separated out, but I never let those dwindle into my other ones. But yeah, it's so funny. And I know you guys know this, but anytime like you're out with your family and friends and you're doing your thing, if somebody knows you're a coach, you get 25,000 questions, right? Like, oh my gosh, I've done that program. Oh my gosh. And it just all of a sudden it goes into work. So what I would challenge you guys to do, hey, you know what? Contact me tomorrow. I'd love to talk to you more about it. You know, that's an opportunity for you to get their information. Hey, awesome. Let's do coffee tomorrow. I'd love to chat with you, you know, but focus on where you're at. Okay. What other questions, insights, anything that's worked well for any of you?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So the 80% for our activity box, our Beachbody personal activity box, that's 80% of however many hours in the day you are allotting towards working, correct? So if I work 3 hours a day or 4 hours a day, 80% of that time has to be on those activities.
Absolutely.
20% has to be in that other Beachbody box. And then the rest of the time I stay away from Beachbody.
Yes, you do. You do. And you might find it where you need to increase your hours a little bit. But like I said, you know, the best of the best do 4 to 6 hours per day, Monday through Friday. I just had a coach advance to 6-star diamond who's actually a high up with Nike, and she just put in her notice. And what's incredible about this is she'd come home and work her business at 5 or 6 o'clock at night for 2 hours and then work a little bit on Friday, no weekends. And she just advanced to 6-star diamond. So is it doable? It is beyond doable, but stop with the Facebook scrolling.
Yeah.
And tell your coaches, yeah, exactly. Everybody's like, yep. And tell your coaches and challengers your specific business hours.
Well, and I think that I was making a mistake of trying to fit my fitness workout, my workout, and my personal development into that small amount of time.
Yeah.
And I just have to make more sacrifices.
I know. I totally get it. And sometimes waking up extra early before everybody up, it's very calming and great. You know, so yeah. Find what works for you. Yeah. Audible saved me on, yep, perfect. Absolutely. If you're a pen paper type person, the planner pad is amazing for this. Yes. Love how it has a place for buckets at the top. It does. And one of my 5-stars showed me that. And I absolutely love it because it has a spot on top where you put all of your buckets and then you just carry it down. It's amazing.
Wait, what is that? I didn't hear what it was.
It is the planner pad.
Oh, from Etsy or something like that? Or what are you talking?
Isn't it plannerpad.com or something like that?
Yeah, it's just like a pen and paper planner. It's not pretty, and for me that was tough because I wanted like pretty stuff, but it's very basic. And at the top you can put your buckets, and then you kind of like funnel down to different stuff, planning out your day. So.
Absolutely. Love it. Okay, love this. Angie, I started getting up at 6 a.m. before my 3 kids, and it saved my life and my business. I feel way more in control. After 30 days of doing that, I went from a 1-star to a 3-star. Whoop, whoop. Amen, sister. Ain't that the truth? Where are you? There you are. I see you now. Yep. Exactly. And that's what it does for you. It does, right? Any other insight, questions, concerns, comments, anything that you guys
have a question. What other systems besides that planner are people using to, because I used to use a paper to pen planner, but I feel like I need to use something like technology driven, like on my phone. Or is anyone using like a planner on their phone, or how do they organize their day and their schedule?
I just use my Google Calendar on my phone, and I literally have alerts and reminders for everything. So my phone's always dinging, but I look at it and it's like, okay, it's family time. Put my phone down. I need those reminders, and then now my family is aware. Oh, Mom, it's time to stop working, because they've gotten used to it. So that's what's helped me.
Yeah, if your kids are telling you stop working, you know what I mean? That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, because awesome you share with it. And I'm the type of person, I'm a paper and pen. I have to write it down. I have to check it off. But then I also, in the notes section or my notes on my phone, I'll set up notes and I'll do the little green check box. And, you just have to find out what works for you. I checked my calendar on my phone. Perfect. So Amy says she does it on her phone, and that's it. I check my calendar on my phone at the beginning of each week and at the beginning of each day. Okay, what else, guys? Anything else that's working great for you? Any best practices with this?
I use this coach planner. I'm a paper and pencil girl, and when I did Shalene's 30-day push, I nearly had an anxiety attack when she's like, throw all your paper away and use your phone. I was like, I can't. It's so hard, but this is designed as a coach planner, and I had to find a month that I haven't written on yet.
Will you lift it up a little bit? Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So there's a section each month for your goals. So business, fitness, social media, and other. There's a section for notes. There's basically the BAT, like a business activity tracker. So workout, shake, PD, check in with groups, check back office, return messages, emails, 2 to 5 new contacts, 2 to 5 invites, follow-ups, reconnections. My favorite part is there's a social media tracker where you mark your time and how much time you're spending. And my favorite part is the challenge group planner. So I write the group name, the date, and then what I do is everybody that I want to invite to the specific group, I write in this box, and as they commit, then I list them over here so I know to add them when I make it.
Where the heck did you get this?
It looks like this in the front. We found it on Etsy, my team, and this is what I buy my emeralds.
Work hard, be kind,
and success will follow you. It's a Coach Morris planner on Etsy. But basically I paid for the PDF, and then what we did, hold on, baby. What we did was you just get online at Office Max, and I just had them do it back to back, spiral bound with a plastic cover, and it's $26-27 to print it. And so I just tell my girls that's their emerald gift, bring them on, get your 2 coaches. And then I just send this to their closest Office Max, and I'm like, go pick up your planner, happy emerald. Now get organized.
Wow, I love it. I've never seen that before. That's really cool.
Yeah, it works for me because it's all in one spot. When I first started, I literally someone would message me, oh, I want to do this challenge group you made a post about, and I'd write it on my grocery list, and then I'd stick it here, and whatever was close to me, I was just oh, there's a post-it here, and then all of a sudden it'd be time for me to start that challenge group, and I was coming to my desk with scraps of paper, oh geez,
The good old days. Yep.
Right. So this has really helped me keep everything in one spot. So
absolutely. And it can be as easy as going through, and like I said, highlighting. Like my workouts are in a specific color. They're orange, so I can see every single day where they're at. You just have to define a system that works for you. Don't overcomplicate it, but put this into action only because I work, like I said, with the 2 to 5 star diamonds. By the time they hit 5-star, either they are on fire or they look like they just got hit by a bus. I don't want you to look like you got hit by a bus, and that's a joke, but it's just because you're pulling out your hair, right? We have to find a way to duplicate the system to make it easy for all coaches to jump on board and be as successful as you. Okay.
I have a question again.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got all this stuff and it looks nice and pretty and simple. But one thing is, okay, there's personal development and then there's training. And so like this is my second Zoom today and I understand that's part of it. But where does that fall in? Because when I train, that's taking time away from developing relationships.
Correct.
So where do you put that in to your buckets?
Great question. So I think a lot of this actually could be personal development because you're surrounding yourself with like-minded coaches that are that are going to be teaching you, you know what I mean? So a lot of that could be personal development. Now I'd still try and read 10 pages a night and just of something, something else, but definitely that. But it could also be, if you think about it, part of your 80%, because this is how you're building relationships, but more importantly, you're building a base of knowledge that's going to help you and your team. Because the biggest thing is you could get off these calls and be like, okay, great, that was awesome. Or you could put it into action because I'm taking time away from your business right now. And so it better be something that's going to, eventually build income for you because I don't want to waste your time. So it's definitely that time. Does that help?
Thank you. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Before I let you go. Yeah.
I had a couple of insights. First of all, we got to get more dudes on here. There's only like 2 of us.
Right. That's more than my last one. I love it.
That's cool. 2 things that I use. I'm a big fan of Evernote because you can make checklists, you can do all that kinds of stuff. I also use, if you guys haven't heard of it, I'll put it in the chat. Something has to be. Someone came in on the phone. They have to mute. Anyway, there's a site that I use.
Please mute yourself if possible if you're not talking. All right, I think we're good.
Okay. All right, and so I just put in the chat. It's called Egg Timer, and it's very helpful because what happens is you can actually put into Egg Timer how long you want to work. Like let's say before you go on Facebook, and you can say 30 minutes. And your desktop or your browser will close when the 30 minutes is up. And that's helpful to me because I don't like the computer very much. I live on an island. I'd rather not be on the computer. So that's very helpful so I can get my stuff done. But, basically it limits your scrolling because you have to get certain things done and you only want to spend 30 minutes. Because you know how it is. You have 30 minutes scheduled, but then you spend 45 minutes, right? So that Egg Timer is extremely helpful to me. And then the other thing too, and maybe it's just me because I'm not very good at organizing. I can only think of one thing at a time. And so I get rid of a lot of stuff. I don't know about you guys, but when I look at my calendar, I realize that calendars aren't meant for me to schedule everything that everybody wants me to do. I have to get rid of a lot of stuff because I have priorities and I'm going to really focus in. Basically, I spend 20 minutes focusing in on scheduling what I actually think I need to schedule, and I get rid of the rest. I do it gracefully, but I don't waste my time on things that I don't think are going to be very productive, and I don't schedule in everyone just because I'm a nice guy, which I think I'm a nice guy, but I'm not going to, focus in on scheduling everyone just because they are demanding my time. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And so I have to do that because honestly, there's a lot of surfing that has to be done, and I just don't have time to, be on the phone all day long. With that said, I'm really happy where my business is, but I need to take it to another. I'm one of those guys that has like 85 million carryover on one leg, right? And so I need to build my business more, but I really like the Egg Timer, and I like the idea of focusing in on the things that matter. Because other than that, my calendar, if there's more than 5 things on my calendar, I just close it because I'm overwhelmed. So that's just a little insight from me. Focusing on the things that matter and using the Egg Timer.
Thank you. And that's what it does to a lot of people. It will actually paralyze you. Me, my action list is so big. I'm like, oh, I want to go to the pool. Yep, I'm done. And you're probably a lot like that, right? Don't allow yourself to get paralyzed. Write down your action list, mark 1 or 2 things off, and then walk away. One last thing I wanted to say is Chalene Johnson's Push. That is one of the best books that you can read. I mean, she tells you to put your phone on airplane mode. She tells you, to obviously get a house cleaner if you are, certain little things you're like, yeah, that's a waste of my time. Honestly, look into that book. That's great. As far as the technology part, I laughed when she said, get rid of all your paper and pen. That's just not me. But you have to do what you need to do. Okay, any last comments, concerns? I will post obviously everything in the group as far as like what I want you to answer, just so we can see where you're at. And please, honesty is key here. There's gonna be somebody just like yourself that's like, you know what, you're right. I haven't done a program in a year. But be that first one that steps up and says it, and then others will follow and say, you know what, you're absolutely right. Let's recommit and let's do something together. Okay, so my biggest takeaways real quick, guys, is I will post, like I said, also set your business hours, be diligent with that. Don't work more than 8 hours per day. Anything more than 8 hours in this business is so exhausting. And so you need to make sure you're on your game. So honestly, set diligent business hours and stick to it. See what you can accomplish in the amount of time that you have. Also, what you are doing duplicates. And like I said, if you're burned out, that will duplicate. So please don't allow yourself to get that. Also, schedule a time with myself to go over the elite report. I will get that probably tomorrow or Thursday, and I have about 10-minute calls set aside for you guys, so we can go over the elite report and tell you what that means and dig in deeper, so you can see where you're at halfway through the year and truly know what your goal is, what you're striving for. All right, I know there's one little chat. Jackie, I'll add you to the group, hon. Okay. Anything else before I let you guys go? Did you guys get something out of this today? Okay, I love it. Dallas, you're clearly from Hawaii, right? Love it. Thank you guys for spending your Tuesday afternoon with me. I will talk to you all very soon and look forward to chatting with you, okay? Bye, guys. Thank you.